My name is Denise Wilson-Adams. I was diagnosed earlier in 2022 with lobular breast cancer. From the very time that I was diagnosed, my doctor, Dr. Price, she quickly put together a team, and PALS was a part of that team from the beginning. So she arranged or made the referral, and that's how I found out about PALS. PALS, the name, because I really didn't find out about PALS and who they really are and what they really do until various stages of my treatment. I went for my annual mammogram in January, and I received a call to come back. I went back in February, actually, and I had a second mammogram as well as an ultrasound. They had seen something on my left breast, but they had always seen something on my left breast and had been monitoring it for the past several years. From the February mammogram and ultrasound, I had to go back and had a biopsy on March 2nd. I received my results on March 9th that I had the cancer. I decided, after consultation with my doctors, my team actually, because I had a medical team by this point, to have both of my breasts removed. I had that surgery on May 6th. At the time of the surgery, they removed lymph nodes just to make sure that there is or isn't any cancer in the lymph nodes. They removed 6 lymph nodes. 5 of them were cancerous. So on June 7th, I had to have a second surgery where they went in and they removed the remaining lymph nodes. So a total of 14 lymph nodes were removed. I now have 0 lymph nodes under my left arm. From there, I started chemo on July 5th. The first 4 treatments were very, very difficult, very difficult. I ended up, and I don't think it was from chemo. I know it wasn't from chemo. I went to work one day and I got home from work and my body was hurting from head to toe, literally. My teeth, my toenails, everything was hurting. I happened to have an appointment with my GP that day. So I went off to the appointment. We were concerned that maybe there was something wrong with my appendix because it really, really hurt in that area. So my doctor said that if it continued or if it got worse, for me to go to the hospital. I didn't go that night, but on the Saturday, I felt like I definitely needed to go, so I went. And it was a good thing that I went. I had sepsis. I didn't even know what sepsis was, how dangerous it was. I had no idea what my condition was until 4 days after I was admitted to the hospital. I was admitted on the 15th of October and was discharged on the 24th of October at 1 p.m. At 10:30 p.m. on the same day, I was again en route via ambulance to the hospital. I had suffered a heart attack. Within 90 minutes of being in the emergency room, I suffered another heart attack. From that, I was admitted and I stayed there for 12 days, I believe. I've since which had my cardiology follow-up, and the good news is the heart attacks didn't cause any damage to my heart. And we are almost 100% sure that the heart attacks were a direct result of the sepsis. The significance of that is that my heart is fine, so it's not from heart disease or anything like that. Pretty much that's my story. Ironically, today I had my radiology consultation. So I will start that process next week, and hopefully we'll start radiation within the next 3 weeks. I don't have transportation. Where I live, I'm in the middle between Middle Road and South Shore, and so it's like a 20-minute, it could be like a 20-minute walk to a bus stop. So I tend to catch taxis everywhere. One of the things that PALS has arranged for me is transportation to and from my chemotherapy treatments. So without them, from a financial perspective, I don't know how we would have done it, because the cost of having to do the treatments, having to do the doctor's visits, the specialist visits, and whatnot. I'm sure we would have done it because of who I am, and I would have made it work, but it definitely would have been very stressful, and so PALS alleviated that stress and that concern. Because I am community driven, I've heard of PALS. I've heard of people say that, they have a PALS nurse, or, that PALS has done something for them. Now, the more than just a name, it just hits different, because I almost feel like they're a part of my family. They are definitely an institution that I can go to, I want to say pretty much about anything. And if they don't have the resources, they will certainly guide me in the right direction, or they will figure it out and let me know. So I feel like they're a part of my family. I feel like they are definitely a significant part of my network. They're significant, and I don't think that it's gonna end once my journey has finished. I feel like I've made lifelong friends, family. Everyone should have received one of these in their mailbox, every household in Bermuda. You will notice that it does talk about the new diagnoses of cancer in Bermuda. 300 to 400 new diagnoses in Bermuda each year. That's somebody's mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, niece, nephew, brother, sister. These are people beyond just the statistics. There are 3 ways that you can donate. If you got a card, you can scan that bar with your phone, or you can go to www.pals.bm, or you can call PALS at 236-7257.